Team Crawford isn't really happy with Turki and this whole idea that the newly crowned undisputed super middleweight champion's next opponent may possibly be David Benavidez. Now, Terence Crawford himself made it clear that he doesn't want to fight Benavidez. Not now, not ever. A statement that was also backed up by Team Crawford head coach Bomac. Of course, this came after Turki presented this whole idea of David Benavidez going back to 168, a division wherein Crawford is currently the top guy and a weight class wherein Jose Benavidez Sr., David's dad and trainer, said that they have no problem going back should Turki want them to. Now, Team Crawford assistant coach Bernie Davis is joining in the convo and he's not holding back with his words. Speaking to the Mill City Boxing YouTube channel, Bernie Davis said that it really bothers him that Turki is trying to control Crawford with his money. Davis elaborated that it's very upsetting that Turki is even considering making Crawford fight Benavidez and suggested that David Benavidez should focus with opponents his own size. Now, Terence Crawford himself, prior to fighting Canelo Alvarez, said that Benavidez is too big and that with Canelo, it was a different story. Because even though they competed in different divisions, he and Canelo are at least the same size. Unlike Benavidez, who's basically borderline cruiserweight. Now, going back to the whole trying to control Crawford with money statement, well, personally, I wouldn't phrase it that way, although it's definitely true that money is a major factor when making these decisions. And just like what the folks from Staten Island once said, cash rules everything. Given this reality, unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised if this fight happens next year. Now, as for David Benavidez, he himself said that he's not going back to 168 if he were to fight Canelo Alvarez. Benavidez made it perfectly clear that he's not gonna compromise because between him and Canelo, well, he's the one that has a belt. However, once again, Benavidez Sr. said that if Turki wants David to fight Crawford at 168, then they're okay with that. But yeah, what are your thoughts at a possible fight between Crawford and Benavidez at 168? Is this something you want to see? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please don't forget to click that like and subscribe button for more quick talks.